How's everybody doing? Let's see. I'm trying to get it to come up. Give me 1 second. There we go. Hey, Mr. John Hancock, how you doing, bud? We're doing good. Just out here messing with my drone a little bit, trying to figure a few things out on it. It's been giving us a little bit of aggravation. How's everything going your way? Hey, Farm Mile Fanatic, how you doing, buddy? Just out here piddling in the shop, messing with my drone. Seems like about every time I try to use it, it needs an update. And not knowing no more about them than I do, not knowing no more about the drones than I do. That's my DJI Spark that I use to do a little bit of recording the footage with us bailing and stuff on the channel. Just like I said, it was just every time I go to use it though, it tells me it needs a software update, and I'm not that good at it. It's real easy to use, and I mean, if you crash it, it seems like to me that you got to try hard to crash it, because it's pretty, the sensors on it and the GPS and stuff, it's pretty accurate. I mean, I can turn it on and get it ready to launch and go get on the tractor and start bailing, and then launch it into one of the different modes, and it'll just follow me around. Then when the battery gets to a certain level, it'll go back and land within a couple feet from where I took it off at. But of course I'd be nervous because I hate to lose it. And what y'all guys think about that video yesterday, putting the Bond Amy stuff into A? I really think it helped the tractor. Hey, my slice of heaven. Glad you stopped in and chat with us for a second. But yeah, I never would imagine that stuff, putting it in the tractor, would have helped it. But one thing I try to be is honest with y'all guys, and I really think it helped. Yeah, I'm worried about if it's a long term or if it's just a band-aid, but we got some hay coming up shortly we're going to be cutting, and I'll hook the tedder. But that's what we mainly done with that tractor, was pull the tedder or pull the sprayer. But the tedder will load it if we got good hay to tether with it. But it surprised me as much as it surprised y'all yesterday when I actually done it, that the tractor seemed to be smoking a lot worse. I don't know how much you could tell on the videos, but from here actually seeing it, it made a lot of difference in the amount of smoke it's putting out. Hey, Mallard 5 Farmhouse. Glad you stopped in here, buddy. Alright, Farmaw. But yeah, the drones is pretty neat. I like talking about the drone too. I really like doing it. And it's a little bit, for me it's scary because I don't want to lose it. I have no idea what it actually done to help it, y'all. I've got that borescope camera that y'all seen one of the videos on the A where I run into cylinders. I might should bring it. Do y'all want me to run it back into cylinders and see if we see a difference compared to the last video? I mean, I have no idea what it could have done. But I know that I Googled it and checked the internet and it was saying to let it go through the carburetor. But I was scared to do it that way because I didn't want it to gum up the carburetor and the valve seals and the valve guides and all that stuff. So we just decided to put it directly in each cylinder. From what I was reading, it says that it'll actually clean the cylinder wall and put not scratches, because that stuff is like pretty much guaranteed not to scratch. But it says it'll take the glaze and stuff off of the cylinder wall, and then the rings are resealed. You think that maybe I feel the scratches? That's possible. And if it filled the scratches up like that, and it's just a little temporary short deal, is what I would imagine. So like I said, I have, but it surprised me as much as it did y'all, because I was never expecting it to work. I was expecting it to just smoke like at first like it did, because you introduce something into the combustion chamber and then I expected it to go away. Is the stream good, y'all? I mean, is it buffering or anything crazy? Can you hear me good? If everything is good, somebody give me a thumbs up, give me a little sign so I know that I don't need to move my phone or nothing. All good. Do any of y'all have drones that y'all mess with? Because it's kind of making me pull my hair out a little bit about the DJI Spark there behind me that I showed a while ago, that I can't quite figure out how to do the software updates on it. I mean, I can make it do it, but it wants to use my phone internet to do it. It don't want to use my house internet. I don't know how they come up with it, but Mr. David, which is not too far from me, he's got a YouTube channel. I think it's Farming for Fun and Profit. He mentioned it Sunday night in the live. And after I got off of the live, I went to researching it. And if you Google it and check on the internet, you can find lots of different articles about it. I think it said that Caterpillar was one company that used it and recommended it. And if I'm not badly mistaken, Ford and Chevrolet. Like in the 60s and 70s, that's how they would get, even on new vehicles. Said that they would, how the internet said they do it, they would take the car up to, 1,500, 2,000 RPMs and drop some straight down in the carburetor and let it take it through the motor. Then they would drive it, 10, 15 minutes and pretty much drive it hard, and then come back and change the oil in it. But I was nervous putting it in there, but the way it's looking, we're going to have to rebuild it anyway. So, I mean, that's what I figured. If I got to rebuild it, at least if I put it in the cylinders, maybe, you know, I won't mess the head up on it. About time to spray for mosquitoes again. They're starting to be back out again pretty good. Yeah, do any of y'all have any experience with the DJI drones? Said I can get it to do the software update, but it wants to do it on my phone internet instead of my house internet. If any of y'all guys are not following us on Instagram, if y'all have it, get on Instagram and check us out. We try to normally put pictures up during the day too, but lately we just don't quite have enough stuff to film every day. I like to put the videos out every day. You've been looking at the Spark. I said it's easy to fly. I mean, you just attach it to you. It'll link to your phone, and it's pretty simple. It seems like, you know, that you would have to try pretty hard to crash it, because it's got all kind of safeties built in, you know, to try to keep you from, like if the GPS and stuff is not locked on it, it warns you and all before you take off. And like I said, the neat part is when you launch it, if the battery gets too weak, it'll come right back to where it took off and land. And so far in our experience, it's been it works. The Follow Me works pretty good. We've used it a couple times, but to be honest, I try to wait until my son or somebody else is going to be there with me, because I'm scared to lose it. I just don't want it to fly away, and it's not like I could do nothing to stop it from flying away. But we've used it a couple times, but if you just say, for instance, if you walking out in the middle of a field and you have it set 40 or 50 foot behind you, 30 foot high, and it's following you, if you turn around and sometimes if you go directly back under it, it'll lose you. But it don't fly away or nothing. The GPS is going to have it to hold its position. You know, it's not going to just fly away. Or that's how ours has been so far. But you need to make sure that if you're going to rely on the Follow Me and the other gestures or whatever they called in it, but you need to make sure that your return home flight height and stuff is set to because like just say if you fly it right now straight out the box and you fly it out and it's following you and you in a field doing something and the battery gets to the preset thing, I think it's factory set at 30. When the battery hits 30%, it's going to go into return home. And then when it goes, it's going to fly a straight line home. It's not going to go the way you went. So if the preset returned home altitude is set at 30 foot, and there's trees in between where it's at when it goes to return home and home, if there's trees or anything, a building, a light pole, if there's anything in the direct path, it could possibly fly into it. Or it's going to reroute itself, which could lead to it running out of battery life. So you need to make sure that you set your return to home, at a good enough altitude or height so it'll come home without any problem. Hey, I'm trying to read your name. Kosha FPV. I think you one of the drone guys with the FPV. I'm trying to ask help about my Spark sitting over here behind me, about doing the updates, the software updates on it, because I can't seem to get it to. When I get it out, it tells me it needs an update, but then I have to link it to my phone to get in it to do it. In order to link it, I have to turn the Wi-Fi off. So then it's wanting to update on my cell phone every time. I don't know if I'm missing something, because I'm brand new to the drone stuff. I don't know a whole lot about them. So I didn't know. But no, I have no complaints out of the little Spark. Like I said, other than me. And I'm sure the software updates me. But just not knowing much about it. I wasn't able to ever get it to register proper, I don't think, because my phone wouldn't scan the QR code on it when I bought it. But if we've updated it a couple times since getting it new, I don't know how they couldn't know I have it. What kind of drones do you fly? Yeah, thank you for hitting the like button, y'all guys. I sure do appreciate it. Okay, just say I take my Spark right now, put a battery in it, turn the remote on. A Bebop 2 lately. Alright, like let's just say I put the battery in it right now, turn it on. You have 26 others that you try to fly. If I put the battery in it right now, turn it on, then I have to turn my phone on and go to the DJI app. Then whenever it syncs together, no, it won't sync together. I have to go in my phone settings and go to the Wi-Fi setting, and then it shows up as the Spark. Then when I click that to connect my phone to the Spark, then it's on my phone internet. So that's the only way I know how to update it. So I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. That's a lot different messing with the drone than the old tractors and hay balers that we used to messing with. But I do like it. It's pretty easy to fly. I don't know how y'all fly with them goggles on. I have to watch mine. If I'm flying mine recording us in the field doing some work, I look at my screen and see it. Push the update. Alright. Sounds good. I'll try that. Turtle Oaks. Been strapping zappers. Go Spark. Yeah, the mosquitoes is terrible here too. So I should be able to update it through the drone. Yeah, like I said, I really do enjoy it though. I mean, it's easy for me to fly. My brother-in-law had one that was just a off-brand, and time you tried to fly it, it would, if you let go of the controllers, it would go, where it wanted to go. And if you let go of this one, it seems to stay pretty stationary and don't give you, it's not hard to keep where you want it. The battery life seems a little short already to me. What age kid could fly it? To fly the drone, I would say it's going to depend on your kid too, but it's easy to fly. I mean, like I said, I really think you would have to try to crash it, other than in sport mode. You put it in sport mode, it might be easier. But I tried to fly it into a bush when I first started with it, just to see, and tried to fly it into my hay baler, and it won't even go into it. I reckon the sensors on the front of it, it'll start lighting up on your phone or whatever you're using for a display. It starts beeping and giving you warnings, and it just quits going. But you can back into something real easy with it. That stuff. Do you do Instagram? FPV there? I've got an Instagram. I mean, my daughter showed me how to do stuff on there different than other than send messages, because one guy sent me a link to a different camera, like a GoPro, that we want to try to get. Yeah, I don't know how to put a wrench on, bud. It's lucky that I'm able to get it pulled up this much, because generally it beats different every time I do it. But I sure appreciate you trying to help me. The battery life on my Spark, I normally get probably 13 minutes out of each battery. Logging in your Instagram. I don't know how y'all guys be multitasking so much. Some 76 is open right now. If I'm not badly mistaken, it's open. I know number 9 that goes through Nichols is open all the way through too. There's one spot next to Dillon, I think, that they're having trouble on. But I'm pretty sure Highway 76 is open. But I don't, like I said, I'm not 100% on that. But Turtle Oaks, you're the one that's right there next to Cedar Creek, if I'm not mistaken. 2 has a 25-minute battery. Hey, Ohio Hilltops, the weather's good now. We're good to go. We're just getting ready to start cutting here shortly. And we're going to actually be doing, it wasn't this evening. Wow. I have no idea why 76 won't be open now, bud. But I know they've got 917 open, so you can run up to 917 and come the same, and get to the same area. 25 minutes is a lot of battery life compared to the still using 917. Yeah, my dad's house got water in it this time, and first time he didn't get none in Matthew, but he got water in his house this time with Florence. The child was talking about something. I don't remember. I know Mr. Jimmy over there, somewhere next to you, Turtle Oaks. Yeah, I bought the Fly More kit with my spark. Hold on one second. This other one was. Yeah, we dry now with the here. We're just getting ready to get the bellers and stuff out. And we're gonna actually do some belling with a buddy of mine's equipment, because he's not able to do it with all the peanuts, cotton, and soybeans. So we're gonna probably get some footage here in a few weeks using some new equipment compared to ours. Then I won't want to get back in mine. On my spark, I bought the Fly More one that come with the extra batteries and the charger. I think I paid $400 for it. Hey Scotts, how you doing, bud? You doing all right? Yeah, the Clemson ag guy checked the hay, feed that much hay fast. So we actually been putting the word out to the local guys that if they want some hay, that we'll give it to them, just to save from it going to waste. Because if I be stingy and don't feed it, then I'm gonna have to burn it, you know, when it's dry enough to burn. So we just been reaching out to the local guys around us that have cows. And we're gonna, if they can use it, I'd rather it go to good use than being stingy and not being able to use it, and then it'll create work for me to have to burn it. So maybe somebody that needs it can get some good out of it. Just bought about 80 bales. That must be Square Bales, Ohio. Yeah, you got to be careful. And I don't think it's bad. Like I said previously on the other ones, it's not the mold that I'm too bad concerned about. It's the hog house lagoon that's there. You know, and I just hate we don't have a lot of cows, and we don't have a lot of nothing. And I would sure hate to feed my cows that we do have something and, you know, make them sick or make them where they, with the different bacteria that's possibly in it. But I believe we're going to be good on hay. Instagram is Gerrald Farms. The same exact as it is on YouTube. It's the same as on YouTube. Ohio, I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure. I try to watch so many of y'all's videos, it's hard to keep up with everybody. I think yours is the one where you just done the sawmill video last night. Alright, I see something on my screen there. FPV. I just saw something come on the top of my phone, so I'm pretty sure you was on the right one. Whenever I get off of here, goat seem to pick through it. Yeah, I could. And another thing that we could do with the bells is I've thought about taking a chainsaw and cutting, to say cut the bell in half and just feed the top half. I thought about doing that. But I believe we're going to be fine, I believe we're going to be fine with the amount of hay that we got. And like I said, we're going to do the custom guys that we bail for. We're going to still bail for them, but we're going to, instead of getting paid all of it, we're going to swap some hay out off of a couple different ones of them. And we're going to be doing bailing for a buddy of mine. But like I said, he's just going to be too busy and not going to be able to get his final cut. And so we're going to run his equipment. And I think that's going to be interesting to get to run newer equipment. We'll get to see what the difference is running our stuff versus old one. Alcohol to areas that are molded. That will take a lot of alcohol probably for like I said, there's 60 bales on that farm that's out, and probably 50 of them bales was sitting in 2 foot deep of water. So that's a lot of alcohol. Used to do tobacco that way. I know there's a lot of tobacco here that was left in the fields after the hurricane with all the rain we had, and it's brown in the fields now. I got a question for y'all while we got a few of you on here. Is there a certain night that y'all would like us to try to do the live streams on? Sunday night we had a good crowd to come in, which don't mean it will be next time, but see if y'all have a certain night that y'all would rather do it. When I was real small, we had the rack tobacco barns where you put tobacco in the racks. I'm glad you caught this one too, Ohio Hill. And I reckon I can tell y'all guys if you when you leave comments and stuff, my name's Jackie. My last name is Gerrald. So, but our farming, we call it Gerrald Farms, so that's what we went with when we started the YouTube. What time is it there, Ohio Hill? Are y'all on the same time as we are? And now you're going to probably tell me and I ain't even going to know because I can't see the time. $8:00. It's JACKY. I'm sure it's 8:00 here too. I don't. JACKY. 8:01. Good deal. Alright guys, well I don't know what else to talk about. Y'all got something else y'all want us to chat about? down here from Ohio Hilltop. Name is CJ. Good deal. So y'all don't, none of y'all other ones don't have a preference on which night we would try to do lives on? Ohio don't really matter, he said. He said Sunday we had a good crowd. We got people in here tonight too, though. It's weird. Sometimes you get on here to do these and won't have nobody on it. That thing flapping over there, kids. Thursday night or Sunday night. Alright. No, the A's still not smoking. I run it a little bit today. But we're going to put it out in the field here and hook the tether to it. And yeah, we're going to put it in the field here shortly and hook the tether behind it and see if it holds up any longer than, if it's a temporary deal. But I so cannot understand how that helped anything. Yeah, because I really like the little tractor. That thing is so easy to spray with and tether with. It's just convenient. And you can run it. Them darn bugs is in my head out here in this building. Man, you can tether with it or spray with it all day and burn 3-4 gallons of gas. Where the other tractors, you burn a lot more fuel to get the same job done. Thanks Ohio Hilltops for coming in. We appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us, and we'll see you on your next one, or see you next time. Well guys, I don't have much else to say unless y'all can, if y'all put something up in the chat, then I'll keep going for a few more minutes. If not, I'm going to pull the plug on it and call it a night. Thanks, FPV. I appreciate it, buddy. As soon as I get off, I'll get on the Instagram and try to get that link. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, I appreciate all y'all guys coming in and chatting with me for a few minutes and seeing what we can get into next. Alright, y'all. Well, y'all guys have a good night. Appreciate you stopping in, and we'll see you next time. Y'all have a good one.